Good morning, yogis. Welcome to Yoga with Catherine. We are going to be going through an amazing morning stretch practice. These are the best movements that you can do in the morning to really wake up your body, help you feel your best throughout the day, get rid of those aches and pains, and also help your mental clarity. And this also helps to prevent anxiety throughout the day and tension, and all of that is super important. So let's just hop on our mat and get right into it. All right, so let's begin on our backs. Bring the bottoms of your feet together, knees out wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. Allow yourself to melt into the floor. Close off your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Fill up your lungs. When you reach the top, take one more sip. And a huge exhale out. Just bringing awareness into the body, helping our muscles relax through breath. Deep inhale. Really fill up, feel the chest expand. Big exhale out. Seeing if you can allow your knees to become even more heavy. They come a little bit closer to the ground without you even really trying, but you're just relaxing all the muscles here to allow them to fall. Close your knees like a book and hug your knees into your chest. Place your hands on top of your knees and draw circles with your knees to massage your low back. Keeping a nice, smooth, relaxed cadence of breath. Sometimes we tend to hold our breath without really realizing, so just keep that awareness there. It just helps your muscles relax, especially in the morning when we have tight muscles. Let's go the other direction. Bring your knees back to center. Send your right leg out long. Keep your left knee into your chest. With your right hand, guide your left knee up and over your body, finding supine twist, and send your gaze over to the left, keeping both shoulder blades glued to your mat. Your knee does not have to touch the ground here. Just go as far as your body will let you, but don't push further than that. There's sort of this belief that we have to get on knee as far as possible. That's just not the case. And when you're breathing here into these stretches, keep the breath nice and deep, and with each exhalation, see if you can relax the muscles even more. Inhale, bring your left knee back into your chest, and then lift your right knee up to meet your left. Send your left knee out long. With your left hand, guide your right knee up and over, finding supine twist on the other side. With your exhalation, going a little bit deeper. If you hear banging in the background, I do apologize. I think there is work and construction being done around here. I wish that I didn't have to have it in the background. I'm really sorry. Maybe you guys can't hear it, but hopefully it's not too bad. Inhale, slowly bring your right knee back into your chest and then your left. From here, stand both your feet up towards the ceiling, finding legs up the wall pose. Just allowing that blood flow to go down away from your feet. This helps reduce inflammation, helps with blood circulation. It's really great to counter gravity in the morning, especially since we're going to be walking around, maybe sitting all day, just preparing our body. From here, bring your left foot all the way down to your mat and then reach behind your right leg and pull your right leg towards you, keeping a nice flex in the foot. So you'll feel a really deep stretch behind your right leg, so your hamstring. Now, you can bend the knee if you need to here, because if you really feel like you can't even reach. Otherwise, keep a nice straight leg and then just pull it towards you. And you can really do this from anywhere. It can be your foot, your ankle, your calf, wherever feels right for you in this moment. Beautiful job. Now, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, pull your leg closer. Just a reminder, you can keep a bent knee here. It doesn't have to be straight. from here, see if you can guide your right leg over to the left slightly. You should feel an IT band stretch right here. Remember, you can keep a nice deep bend in the knee. And this is slightly uncomfortable. We are getting deep into the hamstrings and IT band here. Keeping your breath nice and steady. Bring your knee back to center and then float both your feet back up. And then bring your right foot back down. It might feel a little tingly, a little bit weird. Bring your hands behind your left leg and pull it towards you. So nice deep stretch in the hamstring. With each exhalation, see if you can bring it a little bit closer. With your right hand, see if you can guide your left leg over to the right slightly, so you should feel that deep IT band stretch right here. And it really won't move that much, so just make sure that your back is glued to the mat here. So you don't want to be lifting up, you won't really get anything out of that. And then bring both your feet back up to the sky. Reach for the outer corners of the feet, finding happy baby. So drawing the knees down towards your mat. Deep breaths. And then float your feet back down. Let's rock and roll to the top so that we can find tabletop position, just getting that momentum to lift yourself all the way up using your legs. And when you're up, finding tabletop pose. So we're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow here. This is amazing for the spine. If you don't do any of these other movements, just at least do this one. So inhale, draw the belly button down towards the mat as you send your gaze out in front of you, drawing your shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, round the spine, pushing the shoulder blades away from one another. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Begin to find your own intuitive movement here, maybe pushing your bum towards your ankles and then floating back up. Maybe doing some wrist circles, maybe doing some hip circles. Just really intuitively finding what feels good for your body this morning. And it will look different for everybody. And it can even be like a weird movement that's totally okay. Just like you can just wiggle around. Trying not to let the ego get in the way here of what your body is really asking for. Coming back to a neutral spine, walk your hands out slightly further in front of you and then draw your chest down towards the mat, finding puppy pose. Rest your forehead on the mat. This is a really deep heart opener, really deep shoulder stretch. And remember to take those deep breaths, and with that exhalation, just drawing the chest a little bit closer to your mat. Slowly make your way back up to tabletop. Bring your knees out as wide as your mat, and then float your bum back down towards your heels, and then bring your chest towards the floor as you rest your forehead on the mat, finding child's pose. Walk your hands over to the right, so deep side body stretch along the left of your body. Bring your right hand underneath your shoulder and then push away from the floor, so you'll twist over to the right. This is a really deep side body stretch and shoulder stretch. Exhale, come back down. Bring your right hand back up and then walk over to the left. Deep side body stretch on the right. Left hand beneath your shoulder, twist over to the right, to the left, I mean. So really deep side body stretch here. It's quite a neglected area, so it can feel quite tight, quite intense. And then come back down, walk your hands back to center. Rest your forehead on the floor and then interlace your fingers behind your body and then draw your arms up towards your head. So really deep front shoulder stretch here. This can be kind of uncomfortable, but just taking a moment to breathe, feel the stretch, notice how intense it is. And then float your hands back down, release the interlace, and come back to tabletop position. Tuck your toes, spine downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog, releasing the hamstrings here. Keeping your breath nice and steady. Find a neutral down dog. Look to the top of the mat and then step your right foot on the inside of your right hand. Drop your left knee down and find low lunge, reaching the arms up to the sky. Inhale. Tucking your pelvis here so you can feel a nice deep stretch in the front of your left hip. As you exhale, we're going to find half split, but we're going to bring our bum all the way down on top of our left heel and then flex our right foot so that we're sitting, finding that hamstring stretch here. So you can totally bend the knee and then just keep a nice straight spine, finding belly to thigh connection. Or if you want, you can see if you can float all the way down to the ground. It's quite an intense stretch, but I do just want you to kind of just rest your bum and allow that stretch to happen naturally. I'm not forcing the knee to be straight or anything like that. You can totally just have a bend in it. And then from here, bring your bum over so that your left heel comes slightly outside of your hip. So it looks like this, right here. And then you're gonna lean back and tuck your hips in so you'll feel a really deep quad stretch. Now if this doesn't feel good on your knee, then just avoid this. Rather just stay where you are. We're not here for long, we're just here for 2 breaths. And then come all the way back up. Let's find low lunge again. Plant your palms and find downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the top of the mat, step your foot through, finding low lunge on the left, reaching your arms up, tucking your pelvis for that nice deep stretch in the front of your hip. As you exhale, float your bum down, finding the half split pose, but this time just resting and just allowing the knee to do whatever, flexing the foot, but letting the knee bend if it wants to. Now either staying here or just bringing your bum on the inside of your heel and then just leaning back a little bit and then tucking your pelvis until you feel a stretch in your right quad. It's kind of a weird feeling, but it's just a great way to get into the quad. And then coming all the way back up to find low lunge again, planting your hands down, finding downward facing dog. And then bring your knees down to your mat. We're gonna find butterfly pose, so just bring your the bottoms of your feet together. Lift up the spine, inhale. As you exhale, float over your legs. Each exhalation, float a little bit deeper. Inhale, slowly float all the way back up. And then just cross your legs from here. Reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Float your left hand over to your right knee and twist over to the right. And then reach your arms back up to center. Put your right hand over to your left knee, twist over to the left. Making sure you're keeping your shoulders down. It can be really easy to kind of hunch them here, so just make sure you're drawing them down your back. And then reach both your arms all the way back as you untwist. Find cactus arms here, so baby back bend. Inhale back up. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale back up. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale one more time. Bring your hands to meet and then float your hands down to your sternum. And just notice how you feel. Thank you so much for taking this time out of your morning to practice with me and so that you can feel your best throughout the day. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Please do comment below how this was for you. Please like and subscribe as well if you haven't already, and share this with a friend that you know really needs this. Let's spread the love of free yoga on the internet. Thank you so much for being here once again. I appreciate you so much.